And the simple answer is I'm in my selfish mom era.
Why did I take my daughter's face off Instagram? Best advice for growing wealth.
When did you start making a living wage with YouTube that you could quit your job?
Hello with my messy backseat. Grab your peanut butter iced coffees. If you know, you know. I'm in a drive-through line right now, by the way. I'm getting my coffee before my hair appointment. I would not really like full-on drive with my camera on. I wanted to do a Q&A and connect with you guys throughout my day. I'm at Dunkin' Donuts, by the way. I don't remember the last time I've been here. Like, it's so nostalgic for me because this is what me and my husband would always drink when we were in college. I saw someone post a TikTok about a blueberry iced latte, so I thought, why not try it? I'm surprised it's actually really good. The first is, why did I take my daughter's face off Instagram? My decision for that came from a couple reasons. The first is I do have a public job, right? Like being on YouTube for the past 8 years. I see so many of my subscribers out and about. I love connecting, I love talking and all of that, but I do have such a public Instagram and YouTube that my daughter didn't sign up for. I absolutely love how my hair turned out. And so I always get it curled a little bit tight. Turn that off. I always get it curled a little tight so that it could just fall out throughout the week. But yeah, so back to that question. I have a more public job where it feels like it's this small town, right? It feels like people that know what's going on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram know, but then when you go in your everyday life, you can kind of live a more private life, and that's not really the case. You know, I'm glad that I came to this realization now, and I'm not going to beat myself up about it that I did used to show her, because you know, she was so young. Her face is going to change. She's going to look different, and I want her to come into her own and not with, you know, people watching her. And then the other reason is one of my friends, she's also a content creator. I'm going on her podcast, and I'm sure we're going to talk more about this. But our kids were playing one day, we ran into each other, and she was telling me how like she took her kids completely off social media because of the online predators and that they take photos and it just such sick, demented things. So that was the second reason that really made me say, you know what? I'm done. If you had just one trick on how you manage to stay thin, what would it be? Healthy is my overall goal, because you could be in really, really good shape. Like, think bodybuilders. They could be in really good shape but not healthy. You know, eating processed food but it's low calorie. For me, it's more healthy, but I would say I really don't overeat. I would say that's my biggest thing, my biggest trick, is that I don't overeat. And my husband's on a strict diet right now. He's been doing the keto diet for months. And he'll even say, like, you are the kind of person that can have dessert and not eat the entire thing. Like those little Trader Joe's cones, I could be fine with a tiny little cone at night at the end of my dinner, and Jared would eat the whole box. So for him, he's like, I don't even want to bother with the one cone, because one cone's not going to satisfy me. I would rather eat the whole box. So I really think for me, it's that I don't overeat. I don't eat when I'm bored. I don't have like a six-pack or, you know, something that I have to really maintain, I would say, with like a body like that, to maintain a six-pack or something, being in such a calorie deficit. I don't have anything like that. It's more just about being healthy. And I really do pay attention to what I'm eating for longevity. What would your advice be for those on the fence about having kids, being a mom? I would just say, does your lifestyle work right now having a kid? I think about my own journey with it, and I went through most of my 20s not wanting kids at all. And so did my husband. We were both just kind of like, I don't know. And then at 27, something changed in me, and I didn't have any friends with kids. So it's not that I saw my friends having kids. Something changed, and I was like, I want to be a mom. And not in that moment. It was really interesting that I was like, not in this moment. I was still really enjoying my Santa Monica selfish era of just walking to go get a spray tan, then on the way seeing a friend, stopping and getting margaritas. Like, I didn't want it in that moment, but I knew it's soon. It's like, it's soon. And then at the end of 28, turning 29, I got pregnant with my daughter. At 27, I knew that my lifestyle wasn't inviting for a child, and that I was still selfish at that time, still putting myself first. I like this question. Best advice for growing wealth. Best thing that I think you could do right now in this economy is own the house you live in, or condo or apartment or townhouse. Don't rent. start there. I think a lot of people don't see what an accomplishment just that is. People think that that's just something we cross off, but there could be a time where it's not as common that people own their homes. So I'm not shitting on renting or anything. I rented last year while we were looking to buy. We rented for a full year. My landlord still calls me. He's like, I want to keep you in the loop about what's going on with the place. I'm like, get me out of the loop. I don't want to be in the loop. I think owning the home you live in will be the best investment. What are you looking forward to in your 30s? So I'm currently 32, and I'd say continuing to feel so confident with my decisions. Like, I feel like it's so cliche, but I remember being 25 looking for life advice on YouTube or TV or whatever, and hearing people that were 30 say you get so much more confident when you turn 30. And it really is true. You start to be confident about prioritizing yourself. Like, it's so much easier for me. No, sorry, I won't be able to do that, but thank you for thinking of me. Like, it's so easy now for me to prioritize my family. I think that also comes with having a family too, that you only have so much to give. The process for securing your first investment home. Do you prefer renters or Airbnb, and why? We decided to go the renter route, even though we bought to go the Airbnb route. But as we got closer to the deadline of putting our place on Airbnb, we just couldn't find a management that had the same values as us. I would rather not make money the first year and people have an amazing experience, build up a clientele, and then worry about the profit, as long as people were having a good time, because that's my name attached to something. Has motherhood been what you expected? Yes and no, because my mom told me you are going to love this little girl more than anything in the world, and I was just like, yeah, you know, like the closest thing I had to compare to it was loving my husband and loving my dogs. I'm obsessed with my dogs, and I'm just a really good dog mom. Yeah, parents are not lying when they say it's the most unconditional love you will ever feel. So I think in that sense, I didn't know that I had a certain kind of love inside of me. So on that end, no, it's not what I expected. It's everything and more. But everyone warned me how hard it is too, and that is what I expected. So we do have really hard moments, and I'm like, okay, this is what people were talking about. Finally back home and in cute clothes, but it is a little loud because everybody is home right now. So if you hear noises in the background, that's what it is. When did you start making a living wage with YouTube that you could quit your job? So around 2016, I would say, is when I was living full-time off YouTube, but I started making money in 2015. And I do have a YouTube guide. It's just like a PDF quick guide on everything YouTube. But my real thing, if you want to turn social media into a career and make money, especially passively, like, it's so nice for me to be in this career because I get to spend as much time with my daughter, have these fun days with her, while also still keeping up with my social media. But I do have an online course, and it's called The Golden Formula. So I always say the Golden Formula is for anybody that wants to turn their social media into a paycheck, or you have a small business, like let's say you have an Etsy business, a candle business. I have realtors taking my course. I have hairstylists. Basically, you work for yourself, how to use social media to bring in even more customers and clients. And with my online course, The Golden Formula, my quick PDF YouTube guide is also included in that. How do you balance being a mom with living the lifestyle you love? And the simple answer is I'm in my selfish mom era. As I was filming this, I just joined my friend Melissa Flores' live. She went live on Instagram, and it was titled Selfish Moms Join Here. And I commented in her live, like, selfish mom here, reporting for duty, because a selfish mom, it's not what you automatically think, like, oh, she's such a selfish mom. A selfish mom is a mom that prioritizes herself and her family, because as Melissa was saying in that live, like, she doesn't want her son to just see a tired mom that never puts herself first, that never does anything nice for herself. Like, for me, I want Violet to see how good being a mom really is. Like, I take care of myself, I work out, I eat healthy, and guess what? She wants to do those things. When I came home from getting my hair done today, like getting my blowout, she was like, wow, mommy, your hair's so beautiful. And I said, yours too, Violet. And then she said, can we brush my hair too? And then guess what? That got her to brush her hair, because sometimes that's such an issue with toddlers, is that they don't want to brush their hair and they don't want to, you know, brush their teeth, but she sees me do it. So I really liked how Melissa titled it, because it like grabs your attention, like, what, they're being a selfish mom? But when you hear it, you're like, wow, like, I need to do that. Middle names that go with Violet. So I feel like with Violet, because my daughter's name is Violet, you need an EY middle name. So her middle name is Everly, Violet Everly.
I also feel like Violet Riley, I don't know, puts it all together. What has been your favorite season of life this far and why? That's such a good question. I would say my favorite season of life, I've got a couple. So the first is when I was building my YouTube channel and we drove across the country, me and my husband, he was my boyfriend at the time, and we drove across the country from New York to LA without a plan. Like we didn't even map out the route or where we were gonna stay, like which hotels and which states or anything. Like we got in the car, put it in our GPS and went to California. And I remember we got gas that night in New York. We left at night, like two dummies. And we, instead of leaving bright early in the morning, we left at night and we stopped at a gas station. And this lady like looked at our car and she's like, "Where are you guys headed? Like your car's packed." And we were like, "Oh, Los Angeles, California." And she laughed. She thought we were kidding. And we were like, "No, seriously." That's the kind of stuff you can do in your early 20s without thinking twice. Now, oh my gosh, I would be so crazy with planning and mapping it out, and so would my husband. But then we would just go with the flow, and we put everything into my YouTube and his business, and it was just an exciting time. And then my newborn bubble when I became a mom, because again, it was that thrill, like moving to California from New York and driving there with no plan and to start a business. The same thing when you become a mom for the very first time, because you have no idea what to expect. And it was just so like, yes, there was scary moments, but it was so exciting. Like giving birth, I'll never forget that thrill of giving birth. Like I loved it. I loved my birth. We had Phil Collins, Jared Speaker. It was so good. I had a whole playlist and I loved my birth. And then my next favorite season, literally now, as cheesy as that is, like there's nothing super crazy going on that I could say, what a thrill. But that's kind of the point, and that I found so much joy in the mundane of like, my husband gets home from work, we cook, and then we all jump in the pool at the end of the day, and it's so fun, and the sun is setting and the sky is turning pink, and we're just in the pool just having a really good family time. Like I didn't grow up with a mom and dad like me and Jared, so it's just so special to give that, the gift of being together and in love for our daughters. Just, it's everything. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and have an awesome day. Bye. Okay, this is your bonus end of the night content. A hard question for people, but I want you to answer it in the comments. If you have more than one dog, do you have a favorite? Because I have to say, I know we kid around, Jared, but I genuinely don't have a favorite.
Oh, I do. It's Sissy.
You love Wyatt, Jared.
No, I do, but he's much higher maintenance, much more disagreeable.
Yeah, I truly cannot choose. I seriously love them both. I love my mom.
Well, I love you. I just love Sis more. No, I don't love Sis more.
Some people prefer me. People want to know what you love about me or whatever. They ask that.
I'll ask that. Tits.